I think just let's go straight up. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I know things were tough on you when I left.
How do you know? You weren't even here.
I didn't order my parents to move specifically to f you over, Chloe.
You've been at Blackwell for almost a month without letting me know. Enough said.
I just wanted to settle in first and not be such a shy, cliche geek. I totally would have contacted you.
I bet you don't use these sad excuses on Mr. Jefferson. Don't use them on me, Max.
She's right to give me the grief. You know what I mean? So let's just pause here for a second. Sometimes you do something to somebody and you want them to let it go. The thing is, you're going to have to pay the piper. If you hurt that person, or if you disappointed that person, or if you did something to that person, and they give you ire, they give you trouble back, they give you an attitude, own it. Do not compound it by going, how dare you attitude the thing I did wrong. Just be like, yep, I suck. Yep, sorry. You're right, I shouldn't have done that, and own it. Now, there's a time limit to that. You let them burn themselves out a little bit because, you deserve to get a little bit of yelled at because you did do something wrong. It'd be nice if they forgive you and move on, but, sometimes you got to get yelled at a little bit. And then they move on. Now, if that gets if they get bitter and they get frustrated and they won't let it go and all, that's different. We're not talking about that. But if you confess, like in this situation is a great example, right? She should get a little bit of grief, right? Let her burn it out a little bit. Say, yep. And if you look contrite, chances are it'll go a lot better on you. However, if she were to turn around and be like, hey, listen, I had things too, blah, 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 that emotional energy that Chloe's been holding on to has nowhere to go. It's going to go internal instead of being released. You got to let it be released so that you can move on with the situation. Otherwise, it'll just fester on the inside and be miserable. Just suck up the misery, take the lump, and then move on. I always get messages, no matter the content, God uses everything. Yeah, there you go. There you go. If that helped, that's good. Well, you got to own it. Like, obviously, I don't know your situation, right? But compounding it by denying, compounding it by reacting with anger, getting angered and reacting with anger, that just causes a loop. You got to own it. You did something bad, so you say, okay, I did something bad and I deserve to get a little bit of pounded on for that. But like I said, it can go too far. Someone can actually take that and use it against you. Use it as a manipulative tool. That is very true. So for example, you hurt somebody, they come at you, they're mad or whatever, you ask forgiveness, you move on and whatever, right? But that person, if they learn that can be the trigger that they can keep clicking to be able to manipulate you and put you down and hurt you and keep you in your place, that's too far. That's too far because it's not intended to be that. What it's intended to be is the emotions and then the purge and then the forgiveness and then the reconciliation and you move on. That is how it's supposed to work. You're not supposed to stop at the yelling and just keep using that against the person. That's not good either. But sometimes depending on the amount of betrayal, depending on the amount of pain, it's going to take a little while, right? Like could be months if it was a real big bad, right? Could be days, could be a little while. But the idea is be consistent, earn back the trust, be gentle, recognize you were wrong, own it for a long period of time, and do things to get back in the good graces, right? Because knowing that you're the one who screwed it up means that you're the one that has to try to fix it. Nothing wrong with that. The wrong comes when the other person literally won't let it go, and it becomes this constant stuck place. Now you could fix that, where you say you ask for forgiveness. You know what I mean? You ask forgiveness. Listen, I feel like I've done my time, and I feel like I've worked to prove my trustworthiness again. So I'd like you to forgive me, and I'd like for this to move past. If that person is just like, no, and just holds on to it, then you got a whole nother problem.